I find space to be an oddly comforting, yet exceptionally large area, one where we can never grasp its true size. As a kid who grew to love the aesthetics and beauty of space, largely thanks to many of my favorite games revolving around the concept, the idea that this vast unknown exists outside our world has always intrigued me. I love to imagine any and all possibilities as to just what may be out there, wishing that in some way I could experience the excitement of space discovery in video game form. These two have their own merits, though only ended up being more of a stepping stone for me. It wasn't until one heavy hitter went and showed me the true, extensive idea that is space. You're well aware of it already, in which the very title is Super Mario Galaxy. Two. I started with the second game, but that's not important right now. The Galaxy games need no introduction. They're easily some of the most beloved Mario games. To me, these two are more than just fun platformers. They're a large reason I find space very fascinating. They're memorable, they're nostalgic, on top of the other million reasons I could possibly give. But above all, I find that the most defining and important aspect of these games are their atmosphere. The varying moods each location gives the player, or whatever other synonym you feel fits the description. Mario games in general thrive from their settings, making each new entry feel distinct from the last. Sunshine would not feel like Sunshine if it wasn't taking place on Isle Delfino, and Odyssey, letting each kingdom be unique and different from one another, emphasizes the globe-trotting premise. Galaxy is no different. The concept would be lost if it wasn't happening on multiple, loosely strung together planets. And also toy trains. Super Mario Galaxy needs to always remind the player that Mr. Jumpman ain't jumping around on the ground anymore. He's up in the cosmos, soaring through the stars now. Yet, in reality, space is not really like that, is it? Space can be depicted in various ways, though the most common way is to show how lonely it is. It's a cold, dark, very ominous place. Insert Mario. Well, that's not as scary now, is it? The Galaxy games do not ignore this concept, they embrace it, taking what would be a more uninviting setting and making it feel cozy, namely the Comet Observatory. On arrival, it is nothing more than a powerless machine, endlessly floating among the stars. No matter the condition it's in, many Lumas call the observatory their home, and to you, it will be yours for however long it takes to rescue Peach. In a sea of unfamiliarity, where the most common face you'll meet is repeated over and over again, only one sticks out. This individual is none other than the owner of the observatory and mother to all Lumas, Rosalina. She is the physical representation of loneliness in space, her entire existence being built off leaving her planet behind to scavenge the stars of her deceased mother. Now, she is left isolated, with only a longing to return home. A lonesome child, stuck in the most secluded location anyone could imagine. Both of these examples feed into the harsh reality that is space. It is cold, it is dark, and it is lonely. Insert Mario. The Comet Observatory is a home away from home, more in a literal sense for Rosalina, but temporary for Mario. What begins as a harsh unfamiliarity turns into the very same familiarity you long for in your travels. You can visit as many galaxies as you want, but the observatory always stays as a consistent landmark. Rosalina, backstory aside, is not lonely and never really was. She always had a Luma by her side and eventually a whole found family. Mario Galaxy has an incredible balance between understanding space as a dark, foreboding place, yet it's because of the mystery and desire to know what could possibly be out there that you choose to venture deeper into the unknown. That is what I truly adore from this game, taking what is the most lonesome part of our world and making it feel like home. And on top of that, never once do you ever feel truly alone. Super Mario Galaxy 2, while holding on to similar ideals, dares to ask the age-old question, what if Mario wanted to explore space intentionally? A retelling of the first game, now with bigger and brighter ambitions, using the same general ideas Galaxy 1 was built from and expanding upon them. We're not here to focus on the darker parts of space, but to highlight the thrill of journeying the cosmos, discovering just what lies in wait. A home isn't exactly where a journey starts, ideally using some kind of movable machine, like a ship if you will, for the stars, and to boot, one that fits Mario's likeness as well. Can't get much better than that now, can ya? Along this journey, this ship will change and grow, adding new trinkets to your collection or even new friends to accompany you. The starship functions not just as your means of progressing, but as a visible way to show how far you've come. Instead, opting to only display new additions from the various galaxies you visited, just as anyone would with souvenirs from their travels. Galaxy 2 is well aware that you know you're in space. It is a sequel after all, you're more than likely playing it after the first. Because of that, most backdrops vary from the usual black and dark blues of space, opting for more colorful and vibrant ones instead. The map screen particularly changes whenever you advance through worlds, beginning with a bright blue sky and clouds, whilst the end shows a black hole consuming everything in its vicinity. Individual galaxies range in a far more diverse way compared to the first game, notably how many occur on fewer but larger landmass, rather than multiple smaller ones strewn together. I would personally go as far to say the ones that do stay in these larger environments are the most fondly remembered. Admittedly, the small differences between the two games aren't enough of a contrast to rightfully say one is doing a better job than the other. They both exceed at accomplishing what they can with their limitations. Both Galaxy games are standard Mario course clear games, with the incentive of exploration being communicated to the player through its story and setting rather than gameplay. Others may prefer the more open-leveled games that emphasize this better, but to me, it's made apparent both ways work, so long as you're willing to let it. And to a child who just learned why space can be so interesting, it worked very well. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are more than just enjoyable games to sit down and play through. They're beautiful works of art, illustrating the two sides of space, like they're one and the same. And for that, I can only consider these games as masterpieces. No matter how fast life moves, I will always wish to experience it all over again. I could not have asked for a better Mario game to help define my childhood. Thank you. Now that the video is over, I want to properly thank you for watching to the end. This was just originally going to be a smaller project to push out before a bigger project that I have in the works, but I decided against that. If you enjoyed it, please consider sticking around. I would really greatly appreciate that. Until next time, see ya.